Shut that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, First, I want to say good evening, God bless, and hopefully your night and your evening and your morning has been going great. There's a lot of things I want to bring to mind real quick. I want to bring up to the forefront. Thing that I want to bring up to the forefront is affordable housing, affordable apartments. Um, why is it that when you go searching for these apartments, right? And they be high. They don't be high at first, but then they start getting high and high and high to the point where you have to find another job and another job and another job. Now you got to balance your life out because you don't want to lose your place. God forbid if anything happened to you, you be in the hospital. God forbid. So I was thinking about this when I was in the bathroom, just washing up, thinking whatever. Um, why is it that apartment complexes, all apartment complex, even if it's a one bedroom, two bedroom, three bedroom, efficiency studios, why are they so damn high? Especially studio apartments. Why are they high? In the studio, everything is in one place, besides the bathroom. The bathroom is in the place by itself. But you got the kitchen, you got your bedroom, you got your living room, all in the same place. Some efficiencies are big, some of them small, some of them medium size. But my problem is when it comes down to the pricing subject, the price. Where in the hell do they come up with these prices? Why is it 1,100 for a one bedroom? Tell me that. And that's 1,100 a month, not including the first month, last month plus security. Now, if you got messed up credit and your credit is not in that greater shape, you got some apartment buildings that work with you, but then you got some, oh, your credit not great, your down payment is this. But you got most people that's on a fixed income. They receive Social Security, disability. They receive SSDI. They receive TANF. Some people use their child support for it. You got people that receive government benefits because we are disabled to a point. Now, where's that helping our family out? Where's that helping us out at? So we scrounging and scrounging and scrounging, then you gotta find out, oh shit, okay, I don't got that much money, my income is not that high, and I really want this apartment or I really want this house. I can say, forget my social security and let me work. Now, God forbid something happens at you in the workplace or whatever your disability is or whatever your problem is at that time, that illness, it starts to act up. But you was well monitoring it and stuff like that when you was at home. Some of us who's on Social Security, SSDI, receive TANF and stuff like that. Some of us still live with family members. Some of us still live with our mom and our daddy. Um, is it our fault? Is it their fault? No. It's just the fact that having a stable income has become crucial in today's society. And that's period. So when you look at these apartments and you can go to Craigslist, you look at them, you be like, okay, Craigslist, you see apartments, they're nice. You see, what else you see? You see rooms for it. You know, a lot of people want big amounts of money on down payments for a room. Why is that? It's a room, or it give you access to the whole entire house. No, no, no. Listen, in your room, if you rent a room, it could be from 300 to 400 a month. That's what I know. And you can get a little portable stove thing. That's a hot plate. You can get a hot plate. You can get a cabinet up in your room and a little mini refrigerator or refrigerator if it meets the qualification and guidelines to the lease that you signed. Um, and you can live out the room until you find something better. But sometimes when you live in a room, you start having problems with your neighbors. They got loud music. They smoking and toking weed, or they drinking, getting loud, getting violent, punching walls, drug dealers, and stuff like that, drug addicts. But this is the only thing you can afford for right now. But I'm saying, let's say you got a family, your girl is pregnant with your child. She's no longer living with mama. She's no longer living with daddy. She decides to move with you. But you only have room. And the room is big, but not that big. But I know many of people that, lived in rooms. And they were big, gigantic. And it was enough to fit a family in. But then, DHS got called and it was a wrap from there. But I'm saying the prices, look at the property prices for a one bedroom apartment. They ranges from 700 to 800 to 900. But in some states, they're higher than that. Down here in Texas, um, rent be bouncing from 800, 900. Now that's like 100 and it's about $1,130 to live. Where did living become so damn expensive? Where did living become one of those things we have to put in a category of, can I afford living here? Do I have to downgrade? Can I upgrade? What is it? But you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your family because you have a family and you have a sense of responsibility to want to live better, want to do better. But you find yourself at a crossroad where, okay, you want to fix income. What do you do? How can you rectify that? How can you make it better to the point where you can afford where you live at? You can give up your Social Security. You can get a part-time or full-time job. But then, you got your pros and your cons with that. The pros are you're working. You're independent now. You don't have to worry about nothing. You're making your own money, good money. You're making about maybe 1,300, maybe 600, 700, close to 900 every 2 weeks. That's enough money to stack your paper. But then you have your cons. The cons is you could be working one day, you get real bad off sick, and you don't have enough PTO saved up. You don't have no protective PTO. So now you're in the hospital. You're sick. And they say you're gonna be in the hospital for about 4 or 5 weeks. Hopefully that job is one of those jobs that have paid sick leave. Because if not, well, it's another problem. So now you got to look for the decisive income to cover up or have a backup plan. Because if you don't have a backup plan, you're dog meat. Life is just going to chew you up and spit you out like you ain't nothing. So be cautious. Pay close attention. A lot of people want live this lavish life of having big homes and nice apartments with all the odds and ends. But there's a price tag, a huge price tag at the end of that. But still, we're talking about the people that receive Social Security. We're talking about the people that's disabled. Yeah, they have low income housing. Some people live in the projects. I used to live in the projects when I was younger. When I was a kid. Um, I don't think that the projects is a good place to raise a family. Been there, done that. I don't think being in the hood or the ghetto or whatever, I'm from both, is a good appropriate place to raise your family either. Because they can pick up habits and, you know, just things from there just gonna go real bad. You know, one day you find yourself, you fight your daughter or you fight your son because they followed suit after somebody else's kid and thinking that was cool, but you raised them differently to know that, hey, listen, you act up, you know where my foot's gonna be. Don't try me, you know. But it comes to a point where, yeah, be proud where you come from, whatever. But this is bringing it back to low income housing or affordable apartments. Have something affordable for people that's receiving 750 or 780 a month, or people that receive SSDI about 1,300 a month, 1,400 a month. Um, I think the people that receive SSDI is kind of more on a lenient side because they have the money to back that. But the people that receive regular disability like SSI are stuck because each year gotta wait until a pay raise happen. You know, get raises every year. Joe Biden talking about maximizing Social Security to I don't know how much money, but this is my thing to Joe Biden. Joe Biden, people on Social Security that's on disability, that's disabled, that really can't work. We need more than some $780 a month. I'm just saying. We need to make sure we need to be sure that we secure because most people that's on disability, I can say 55% of the people that's on disability, they either become homeless or they end up in homeless shelters or they still with their family. Even though you hear, being with the family is the best part, you can save up your social security. No, 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 no. That's not all that. No, because you have to pay for your own food. Don't. Well, how can I put this? Yeah, your family watch out for you. Put a roof over your head. This, that, and the third. But when you eat food, replace food. You drink something, replace it. Use electric, pay it. Water, pay it. Gas, pay it. Use the car, pay it. You gotta help pay that rent. You don't have enough time to save up your money because you helping with rent or you helping with other things in the house. But if you got that type of family where they be like, no, you cool, you don't gotta pay for nothing, you lucked out. But for people that really know what the grind is and know what the struggle is, you know what it be. You know, it's good to help out and it's good to receive help. IRS issues fourth batch of $1,400 stimulus paychecks, bringing the total to 372 billion in funds. And the ones that received the stimulus check, you know how that worked out. The stimulus check went to, clothes, shoes, or non, non, well, things that you don't really need. What I did with mine, paid off some debt, bought me some things that I really need, got me some clothes, some personals, my glass, food, little snacks here and there. Still got money saved up. I'm not dumb. That's one thing I'm not. It's no. It's no. I'm smarter than the average bear. So when you do your calculations on the stimulus checks that you got before that, and you do the calculations on your Social Security, that's a lot of money you saved up. But now this is a problem. When you have all that money in one account, Social Security gonna look at it. Oh shit, we overpaid them. and you gotta get to Social Security. No, y'all didn't overpay us. That's stimulus, different from social. So if you have that money and other money, Social Security might end up taking half of that, or you might get called up, or they're gonna end up cutting your Social Security in half because of that. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, be careful on how much money you save. Be careful on how much money you have in your accounts, because it's your accounts are being watched. Period. Your accounts are being watched. But it's go back to low income families and people that's on Social Security. Why is it so damn high for us to get apartments? Why is it so damn high for us to get a house? It's not hard to get a house, but you gotta have some banging ass credit. You gotta have a credit score of 800 for that to even be considered for a loan for a house. I don't know. When you literally take up an inquiry and you talk to all these apartment complexes, and you get a little piece of what they're saying, but what are they really doing with the money you give them? That is the question. Are they? Is it going towards upgrades for the apartment buildings? Think about it. If you're in an apartment building and it hasn't been upgraded yet, where your money going to? Where's it going to? I can tell you where it's not going to. It's not going to the apartment buildings being upgraded. It's not going to better security systems that can prevent people from breaking into your place. It's not going into the 24-hour security system they said that they actually had, where so they come up with every bland excuse in the book to rectify the problem. Oh, our security system down, we're about to get that fixed. Then another year hit, rent has been raised. So while the rent is steadily raising up, you still got a security problem. Apartments getting broken into. Apartments are still a little bit run down. You put in a request for have a pest control out. You put in a request for getting light fixed. But they don't have any problem doing those inspections. And they try to put you at fault for things that are in there. It's all jacked up. But it's not really your fault. It's not your fault. When you moved into that place, of residence, and that's your home, it was already jacked up from the following people. So why they hold you at fault for it? This is why. They want your security deposit. The security deposit are there just in case some shit happens. Okay, let's say no shit happens, but then you got people that look around and be like, "Oh, something's all right. That's out. Cabinets off." And you told them when you first got into that place that just need a new cabinet door. The rugs are messed up. There's a stain here. There's a stain there. There's a hole in the wall that hasn't been patched. The paint's faded. But they like, okay, you caused all the damages, but no. When you first go see the place, you taking pictures for your just for a case, just in case they try to blame it on you. But it's not your fault. It was the last tenant's fault. Maybe they had badass kids. Maybe the person had anger problems. Maybe the person didn't know how to keep their self or their stuff neat. You know, I had about 2 apartments before I lived in a mobile home or a trailer. Lived in rooms, lived with family. The best feeling ever I had was having a place with my key. I know the first time I got into my apartment in Missouri, first I was living in a trailer. Um, was paying 400 a month for it. 400, no, 425. No. 400 a month for a trailer. But with that trailer, it was one, two, it was like three bedrooms. Living room was big, kitchen was big, dining room was big, and I had a nice porch. Nothing was wrong with it until, I had a caseworker from Pathways. Her name was Tamitha. Tamitha was a cool white lady. Her husband was black and everything. And she was like, "Well, David, we're going to help you get an apartment." So I got through a church, and the pastor down there, his name was Pastor Sipes. I talked to Pastor Sipes, got introduced to Pastor Sipes down there. Nice, cool white pastor. And he used to call people that doesn't follow the laws of the Lord or never went to church or something like that, call them Bible thumpers. He called them Bible thumpers for real. And I'm like, it's my baby right here. So, like, she's my everything right here. I love this woman with all my heart and soul. You know? But like, he used to call them Bible thumpers. That's what they was called, Bible thumpers. And I used to look at him. I'm like, what in the bloody world is a Bible thumper? Like, what's a Bible thumper? And he told me what's a Bible thumper. Somebody that go to church someday, stay home. I'm like, okay. But when you actually realize in life where you're going with things, like when you go to these certain places, I never thought in a million years that I will be in Missouri. I'm a Philly boy, from Philly, raised in Philly, born and bred in Philly. But it took me to get out my comfort circle to go to another place. Went to Sedalia, Missouri, was down there for about a year and a half. When I was down there, I got involved in CAP. That's the Civilian Air Patrol, the main auxiliary. It's it's called CAP, the Civilian Air Patrol, main auxiliary for the Air Force. It was out in Whitman Air Force Base. I got introduced to that by Lieutenant, Second Lieutenant Hall. And I learned about a lot of things. I learned about, the just a lot of things, how to interact with cadets, right way to salute, stand in formation. Um, got involved, but that wasn't until I moved into my other apartment. My other apartment, it was $325 a month. Listen, $325 a month. That wasn't bad. My landlord name was Quentin Butts. Yes, Quentin Butts. Butts. And he was a good, cool landlord. Ended up paying $325 a month. My electric bill was only $25. My gas bill was only 30 and water was free. That's where the $25 came in at for rent. It was free. So it was like when you truly understand the words of, yeah, it's a struggle out here, but at the same time you learn how to adapt. There were there were you'll see your but where hold on. You'll find yeah, it's like on Uber Eats. Sometimes you have to realize some things. Steve, I agree. I agree. Hold on 1 second. Emerald Street. Hold on. Okay, I'll get back to that in a minute. But apartment complexes, buildings, rent, high rent. These are the things that equal us out as Americans, especially if you receive Social Security. The first time you actually went to go look for an apartment, how much was your apartment? How much was it? My apartment was 750. Me and my baby ended up living together. It was an alright apartment, but it was an unusual one. The floors were painted red. Well, burgundy. It was burgundy, not red. It was burgundy, like a cranberry color. And you're like, what the hell? Like what? Burgundy. But it was a good place. When it got hot in there, though, it was a problem because the bake started peeling off the floor. And if you didn't have no socks on at that time, your feet would have been red. But if you had socks on at that time, your feet would have still been red, but the paint would have got on the socks. It was a good enough area. It was a good area. It was a problem though because it was some interesting things. It was drug dealing. It was not bad, but it was like this one set of people that sent us that this gun. My fiance ended up pointing that out to me. It was a gun there, and I was afraid for my daughter's life because anything can happen, you know. But I did like that place. I liked it. Rent was reasonable. Me and my baby ended up splitting everything down a pot. That's how it was 50-50, 50-50. It wasn't no, I get all this and she get all that. It was everything 50-50. Um, what else? But it should be affordable apartments for people that receive disability. That's all I'm saying, and not putting people on Social Security and long term care facilities. They limit you. Like no, just like going in the old folks' home. I have been in long term care facilities. I worked in long term care facilities, and it's not a place you want to live. You want to live at. Trust me. You know, me being the youngest guy there, I saw a lot of old people. I mean, it was nice. You know, you by yourself. Nobody was bothering you. You had your TV in your room. You had a phone in the room. You had your bed. They come around and give you your meds. It's like being in the hospital. But you're not allowed. Well, you allow company, but you don't. You're not allowed. You know, company. You know, especially if you got a man or you got a woman. If you got a woman and you need to put that work in, you won't be able to do that. But they do have locks on the door. So if you slick, you get away with that. Just saying. In a long-term care facility. Um, but being in affordable apartments, man, it's for especially for people that receive Social Security. Long-term care facilities is not an option. It's not even a last resort. We have our independence too. We deserve to go out here and live the life we want to live. We don't. We shouldn't let our disabilities or our problems prevent us from doing what we need to do. Like real rap. Like if you sit up there and you think about it, you're on SSI. What are you doing next? What are you doing next? Most people want to be like, most people are glad that they're on SSI, that they don't want to do nothing but stay on SSI. Me, you know, I did work sometimes. You know, I had a good job. I had good jobs, very good jobs. Woo! Could make that guap. I'm working over at the village, and my income was nice. It was nice. Like first paycheck, my first paycheck wasn't high. It was like six. It was like 700-800 for the first 2 weeks. First time. I'm like, all right, I made that much. Let's see if I can push the envelope. So my next pay period, my paycheck after taxes was about 1400. It was that overtime that I was murdering. That overtime. It was that overtime. I murdered that shit. Like, that was some. I was on some robot cop. Some robot shit. I was in there early. First one in there. Well, not the first one in there. The second one in there. And I was the last one out. And I was a dishwasher, and I also was. I was a prep cook. I was helping out the chefs. Prep. I was helping out the chef prep, like everything, meals, and I had a couple chefs. You know, I had uh, first chef. He was a cool Caucasian fella. He did different themes. He did a casino theme. He did a Hawaiian theme. The Hawaiian theme was cool because he took a whole pig, a big ass pig, and he had it soak overnight, marinate overnight, with apples and lemons and onions in there, garlic, whatever. And he cooked it, and everybody had pig. I didn't have no pig. I was big ass pig. Um, but I give him, I give him respect because he gave me the opportunity to do what I need to do in there. You know, I got to train like 3 people. I got to train 3 people on the job that I was doing, and I was proud of it. I did everything the right way, never the wrong way. I never had a single problem. Never had a single problem, except with just one chick that was, she wanted to literally, like, she wanted to sleep with me. She honestly wanted to sleep with me, and I was like, no. And she got mad because I turned her down. And it was funny as fuck. It was funny. Because I was looking at her like, why you mad? Like, you got a boyfriend, one. I don't I don't do that. I mean, plus you look a little stank, you feel me? You look like you're not cut up the part. You look like every time you walk, fishes jump at the chance to try to give you a high five. I don't know. And I have a saying. If your shit smell like SeaWorld and dumps and trash truck juice, stay the hell away from me. Get some Summer's Eve or get some bleach or something to help your pH balance. Like, that was just very disgusting. And it was weird because when you work in that type of environment, I was in the back house, I was in the kitchen, but I had my dish room, and they know not to cross that dish room. It's a couple times I was about to literally snap on staff. Period. Like, I knew what I had to do. I was in there to do that one job. They wanted to pull me off one job, put me on another job, put me on another job. Listen, I was doing so much work in there that I should have been running that place for real, for real. I got some real shit. I should have been running that place. Um, I was on a schedule. My schedule was pretty awesome. I worked in about 6 days out of a week, or probably 5 days out of a week. But then things started to get a little hectic, so I had to get my hours cut. Then when I thought I was moving, I ended up stop working. Plus the corona outbreak happened. So I didn't want to get that because we had our first case in there. But I had a couple good jobs. You know, I used to work at the Salvation Army Emergency Disaster Services. We used to go out on the fire grounds. I used to work at the INC. I mean not INC, AIC downtown in Philadelphia, off of 8th and Market. Well, 13th and Market. My bad. Um, Working for Best Personnel Tip Agency. I worked for Up in King of Prussia. I worked for the Bedrock Cafe. I also worked for Wawa. Worked for a taxi cab service. I also did demolition. Um, I did some janitorial work. I did that when I was in high school. Did the A and B week thing. Work wise, I got grades for that. I didn't get paid for that. I got grades for that. Then I had a summer job um, working at the school. Uh, I got, huh? Oh, that because I'm receiving your messages. That because I'm receiving your messages. Where my YouTube, the mic, because yeah. Do you hear him now? Okay, but I had a lot of jobs. I never had to sell crack cocaine. Never had to sell any type of narcotics because I didn't want no easy way out. But at the same time, you can't knock the hustle. Um, but back to the original thing. Affordable living for people that's on Social Security for that receive those type of benefits. Oh shit, my phone on 3%. Hold on for 1 second. But yeah, affordable housing for people that's on disability. Why is it so hard to have just a dedicated apartment buildings for that? But you gotta wait until you old to meet some type of qualifications. Why is that? Why wait until we get older just to give us something that belongs to us? You know, I look at it as where it's not we're asleep. You ever watch The Matrix? And he said, "Here's a red pill. Here's a blue pill. You take the red pill, you get to see how far the rabbit hole goes. You take the blue pill, you stay where you at, and just keep on living this fictional life." I feel as though that we're stuck in a matrix, that we're actually going off script. Because each and every day, it's either the same thing or a little bit something different. Um, but I also believe in this. When you try your best to do something right, there always going to be a small hiccup, not a big hiccup, but it's always going to be a small hiccup of you're going to have to backtrack a little bit because things are not as what you wanted. So it's called like it's like rushing progress. Never rush progress. When you rush progress, things are not going to come out to what you wanted. You gotta like God take the will. You gotta be like God, just take the will. Let your will be done, not mine. Let you increase while I decrease. Like that's how this works. That's why we at where we at. Affordable places to live. Affordable places to live. What is affordable? $1,100 is not affordable. $1,300 a month is not affordable. Affordable is in a price range of like $400 to $500 a month for rent. Maybe six, seven, just to push it. Because then you got to worry about electric bills, gas bills, water bills. Then you got to worry about your car insurance. If you're paying your own health insurance, you got to pay like car notes, put gas in your car. You got to buy clothes. You got to have food. You know, so many variables come into play. The people that runs these businesses or these organizations don't think about that. They think about the money and what they do with the money they that we give them. It don't go towards upgrades for apartments, like I said. It don't go to better in the community. It goes to in their pocket to put their kids through private schools, pay for their cars or their luxury cruises. Like, and that's on Perry. But that's the society we in today. When you living in these apartments that cost about 1,100, 1,200 a month, 900,000 a month, you thinking, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Hell no, it's not worth it. I mean, all blushing. Hell, if I was white, you'll see my cheeks red. Um, like, you think about it. All these apartments and these houses, they don't make them affordable. They make them more expensive than less expensive for the people that can actually afford them. They're not worrying about, oh, matter of fact, we should set up a program for people that's on Social Security so they can actually get a place that they're comfortable in living at, right? And stuff like that. No, there's no program like that. You got PHA, you got DHA. There are housing authority in the same manner, but different states, different countries. Low income housing. We'd be lucky enough to get into one of them. But the waiting list is so long. Mhm. But I love it when you blush too. Um, it's it's one of those things where why why build these places where you know Only people that making a 6 figure or 8 figure salary are busting a hump just to make ends meet to afford places like this. But if you look at today's, if you look at, if you can look at today in the statistics and the property values on everything, I know why. I know that it's not made for Social Security people. Like, if you look at these houses, you're like, damn, that's nice, but you don't know the bill, you don't know the receipt that comes with that. You don't know the down payment that went into getting that property, getting that house, or getting that apartment. That's why it makes me mad when I see these people going into these houses, and when I see these people going into houses and these nice apartments, and I'm like, what about the people that's on Social Security? Yeah, yeah. But think about it. Have you ever come across a place that you couldn't afford because it was too damn expensive? It's like going out to dinner and your girl or your dude want to eat at this fancy fucking place. And you like, the money that we spend in here is supposed to be rent money, it's supposed to be light bill money, car money, right? But go ahead. Nah. See, you take them to either McDonald's. Matter of fact, treat her or treat him to Chuck E. Cheese. Mm. That's come on. But think about it. Think about it. I think about it all the time. And I'm like, yo, when people on Social Security is gonna get a break? We wasn't asked to be born like this. We didn't ask to be born like this. We didn't. It happens. Some people out there got it worse than others. But you got these bitch ass millionaires or these people that's working 2 to 3 jobs bitching about an extra bill. Bitching about an extra bill. How you a millionaire and you bitching about what you gotta pay in taxes or you bitching about this? Millionaires usually don't even like throw hissy fits. Maybe when they get audited, that's when they throw the hissy fits. Maybe when they get blackballed, that's when they throw the hissy fits. Maybe because their albums are not as doing as well as they thought it was gonna be. I'm just saying, man. But you gotta understand, you gotta count your blessings. Be thankful for what you got and not for what you don't have. But for the people that's receiving Social Security, I wish we can do better. I wish we had better. Hell yeah. Mhm. Sometimes you have to think. Sometimes you have to think. What's real, what's not real, what's fake, what's not fake. Every time I think about what's the next step to take, what's the next step. Like I was told plenty of times, I got the potential to do anything and everything I would do. I do have that potential. I do have the means and the know-how. I got the output. Yeah. Yeah. I got the output. I got people that help. But I was always the one that wanted to do it myself because of my pride. I've been like this ever since I was like 5 years old or younger than that. Yeah, I got a story to tell y'all. That's gonna be for next time. Hell yeah. Hell, my phone about to die. Yeah. Yeah, baby, love you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thanks again. You know, we put my phone in the charger real quick because this bitch has 7%. And I hate when my phone dies. It dies quicker than a car battery, and that's never good. But what we they need to come out with the Affordable Act for people that's on Social Security. That anybody that receives Social Security that have a physical disability, not paid into Social Security, but really have Social Security, really have like problems. They need to like come up with that. They need to come up with that program, and it's for the people that receive Social Security. That in that benefit packet, there's a place for affordable apartments, affordable living, for affordable apartments. Like, Like, think about it. A benefit package for the people that's on Social Security that receive SSI and SSDI. Like, you got Social Security, you should be the one that's in front of a line that can get an apartment that's affordable. Team up with someone, property, property person or whatever, to sign an agreement, a contract, legalize it. That should be voted into Congress. People miss the just the outlook and the meaning. Sorry, it was something personal I had to talk to my baby about. Hopefully she's that. But anyway, um, at some time in our life, we need to see that. That needs to be on the legislature. That needs to be up in Capitol Hill. That needs to be on the ballot. I'm a right biting about that in Kamala Harris. Y'all passing all these laws, but in these laws, it's only bits and pieces for the people on Social Security. But how is it benefiting us? I know you want to help me look for one. I'm open to your suggestions. Sometimes a little push is all they need. Like right now, I'm gonna say this. This goes to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Dear Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, Vice President and President of the United States. Y'all need to do something about the benefits and the safety of people that's on Social Security. I'm not just talking about increasing our checks each year. That's not really helping us. We're barely making it through. Okay. Y'all need to come up with a program that factors in affordable living costs because of the living situations that's out here in America now. There's barely anything affordable for people that's receiving Social Security disability. Prime example: some apartments are so high, you have people that receive disability benefits 783 a month, and I'm talking about the SSI people, not SSDI, that receive 780, 730 a month. That we barely can afford a place to stay. We got to stay with family. We can barely afford an apartment, so that's why we have to pay for rooms. See, and I see there's a lot of extended stay hotels. See, if you can go hand in hand with extended stay hotels, right, this can happen. I've been in an extended stay hotel. They're beautiful. It's like having a little apartment. You feel me? It's like having an apartment. Efficiency, whatever. You have your bathroom, you got your closet, you got a TV that's provided, you got a refrigerator in there, you got a stove in there, big ass kitchen stove. You got cabinets, you got everything you need in there. You can also go down and get breakfast, but you can also stay up there and make you breakfast. They are a little steep too. They're about to stay there for a whole month. It's about 1,000, about 1,500. It's about 1,500 plus to it. But extended stay, it's more for people that have working contracts or people that have cancer that hospitals are paying for. And the difficult part about finding places to live is it's also the additional first month, last month plus security. Now, if you're on SSI, your credit is not that good. Like if your credit is a 520 or a 560, it's it's fair, but it's poor all at the same time. And some have the two rooms. You got some some apartments. I mean, not apartments. Some hotels and motels have two rooms that you can stay into. Talk about apartment buildings. Hotel buildings. But it's more. You gotta think about it. People like the government is not thinking about it. Like it's not. Like I guarantee, if they open up more programs for the people that's on Social Security, that's fighting for a chance for existence in this world, because the ones that are on Social Security that were born with a disability or they gradually started to develop a disability, we're different from everybody else. Yeah, we're human, but at the same time, we have no control over the way we are. We don't have no control over our disability, our problem. Some of us use it, some people use it as a crutch. I remember back in the day that I told myself there's certain things that I can't do. I cannot do this, I can't do that. I end up playing football. I end up playing basketball. I end up playing hockey with my best friend. I played volleyball. I played softball. I ran track. I was like, only way you can limit yourself, only thing things are limited to you if you limit it yourself. But what I propose to you, Kamala Harris and Biden, is for you to make it a way for people on Social Security can live comfortably, just like everybody else, without worrying and have to deal with certain things out here in life. It gets hard. And you definitely can talk to somebody about, I think you can talk to somebody about it. Like they said, talk to your congressperson. But what can a congressperson do about it down here? What? give you all the wishes, give you all the promises in the world, and still don't fulfill them. You know, it's a shame because it really can benefit some more of the disabled American people too. See, we hear about white life matters, all life matters, abortion laws, House of Representatives, what's going on up there in Congress, what's going on in Capitol Hill. Biden said some things about Social Security increasing or whatever. But what I'm saying is this: make it somehow a way in your regiment to do something positive for the people that's receiving Social Security disability. Write it into law. Yeah, you probably had some. You probably had some roadblocks in the way because a lot of people are gonna be like, nah. But it's not for them. It's for the people that actually deserve it. People that's actually on Social Security. I'm one of them, and it's my baby is an AB honor roll. So proud of her. I'm proud of you, Chipmunk. Listen, real quick, let me cut this off real quick. Sweetheart, I'm so proud of you. Daddy is so proud of you for doing hard work at school. I'm happy you're in drama club. I'm also happy that you're doing your cooking thing, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, listen to your mom. Um, and just know we both love you. And there's not a day that goes by that I'm not thinking about you because I am. You're very special to me and you're important. My daughter Vanessa means a lot to me. And she what keeps me going. I mean, it's my daughter, and I love her to death. Ever since she was like one, like it's amazing because when you think about it, I got to feel her bottle, got to hold her. I remember a lot, and I'm just so damn proud of her. She made me a proud father. Now back to what I was talking about. When you literally have power, like y'all do up there in Congress, like y'all do up there in Capitol Hill and in the White House. What is your target? This might be your fourth time being on honor roll. So fucking proud of her. Yeah, go. And she got perfect attendance. See, that's what I love about her mom. She keeps her motivated. She keeps her in school. She makes sure she don't fuck up. She makes sure she don't do no bullshit. And that's what a mother's supposed to do. Keep their keep their generation. Because our daughter is our generation, our next generation. When we get older, she's gonna get older, but she's getting younger, and that's our next generation. And she's putting her on a good path, and I'm so proud of her being a good mom she is. Literally, I'm proud. Um, but like being on Capitol Hill, what do y'all think, Kamala? What you think, Kamala? Are you going to help out the American people? Biden, are you going to get cracking on? Like I told her before, fuck trying your best. She do the damn thing. She gets up early to get her set up on her laptop. Then she goes up, wake her up, get her prepared for school, bring it down. She make breakfast for her. She cook dinner. Listen, dedicated mother, a woman that I'm proud of, a woman that I'm so in love with. Realizing that when a person is so motivated, a person that motivates you to be your very best and not try to shoot you down, a person that literally that always give you positive feedback no matter what. She is one in a million, and I'm glad her to call her my own, both of them. So, like I said before, that's my princess and that's my queen. I'll protect them with my life. Yes, I am. Like you gotta understand, I've been away for about 4 years, and I missed them both. It's just one of those things where you lay down at night and you think about the first time you kissed or the first time you did anything, but the first time you took your walk, the first time you had your serious talk, the first time you made up, or the first time you took a trip together. Like it's one of those times where you just all the memories keep you sane. All the memories make you realize that in life there's no one you ever want to be with except the one that completes you. And she completes me completely. My daughter, she's that's my baby. Like that's my baby. I don't know what she like. That's my baby. Like um, it's emotional because I would give anything to hold my daughter in my arms. I would give anything to hold my beautiful fiance, my wife, the lady of my life, in my arms. And each and every day it gets kind of tough. Every night it is lonely. You can be around family, you can be around friends, but you can have a lot of people around you and still feel lonely. Um, Someone once told me, if that's how you feel and you don't have that person there, you got to do something about it. Y'all both got to do something about it. And damn right I am going to do something about it in my life. I just can't help it. You're welcome, babe. And look at that. She got a citizen's award. Look at that shit. You know how every kid have a parent as a superhero? My daughter's my superhero. Because she shows me that anything is possible. My daughter is my superhero. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that my daughter is my superhero because she is. The parent's supposed to be the superhero, but besides her mom, my daughter she makes me realize that in life, yeah, there's gonna be things, but these things are just so they're limited, but you can actually strive to be yours. You can strive to do what you need to do. See, my baby told me the same thing. She told me one long time ago that you can do anything you put your mind to it. And I look back on the messages and everything, the pictures, to when I went to CRST, when I went to the other trucking school, and how much she said she's proud of me. But you know what? She's also my superhero. That's why I call her my Wonder Woman. I call her my Wonder Woman because days that I'm not myself, days that I am down, depressed, she comes in and she flips it all upside down. She put a smile on my face. She makes me think differently. It, it's it's one amazing twist to when you first feeling down, but then you get this positive energy of happiness out of nowhere. That because you are in the presence of someone that sees the good in you with all your flaws. No matter what your flaws, your scars are, what your disability is, accept you. And you know, this woman, she accept me the way I am. And it's amazing when you sit back and you just think about all the things you've been through. I definitely will celebrate. I'm celebrate my ass off with her. She's she's amazing. What can I say? My daughter's 9 years old, going on 10. October 5th. How about that one? My baby's birthday, October 22nd. Yeah, she's gonna be old. She's not gonna be old, but she's getting up there. You know, like old people used to tell me, you're not getting any younger, getting older. Might as well end up putting some beans in it. Other. I'm like, huh? Beans and oven. I got a kind of beans here. And then I started to just, oh, that's beans in the oven. But it's incredible. It's incredible, though. It's very incredible and it's very rewarding having positive people in your life, like my sisters, positive people, loving, caring, kind, gentle. But you cross them, your ass is grass. Um, my nieces, funny as can be, funny. My brother-in-law, my brothers. Being surrounded by a family that truly cares about you, and don't want you to do anything in your life that you would jeopardize your present. You see, I developed my own type of I developed my own type of learning apparatus and my listening apparatus. I developed that. Um, Whereas though my mind pays attention to what people say, verb after verb, word after word, and it shows me that, and it tells me that what people say, is it valid? If it's not valid, um, does it mean certain things? Do I need to you know morph it into something else? Do I need to break it down to what I needed to understand, what I need? And yeah, sometimes I do need to break it down. You know, um, I do break it down to a certain extent. I do break it down to a certain extent, and I do understand where people come from on certain things. But I made a promise to myself to always be in my daughter life, no matter where the wind takes her, no matter where the wind takes me. You know, and it's amazing to have a daughter like her. She's funny, sarcastic sometimes, but funny as hell. But I'm very protective of her, very protective. And it gets a time in a parent's life where they watch their daughter, their kid, their child, their baby, their princess, their king, their prince grow up so fast. But then you become afraid because of what this world is. You can only get them ready for so much. But what this world is can actually destroy you if you don't have the perfect tools to go out here on. Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing out here in this world and you don't take the tool that was given to you, this world can chew you up and spit you out. It could. I'm telling you. It could. It completely could. It can tear you a new one without you even knowing. That's why. That's why the message I got for the young people out here is this: the tools that your parents give you, please take them and use them. Please take them and use them. Understand that we're only giving you the tools that you need to survive out there because we know, deeply we know. Yeah, she is me, big time. Like, she is. from the mood to the talking to just, yeah, that's that's my baby. But she also look like her mama. Okay, I just love I love my little family. It's my important family. Nobody else's family. My family. You know, who I'm very protective over, but at the same time, I love with all my heart and soul, and I would never wish harm upon them. Like if you don't realize what you got, if you don't really realize what you got, and you turn around, it's gone. Or when God called you home, what are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like seriously, what the hell are you gonna do when all is lost and you really cannot understand why things are going on? Why things are not going your way? It's because you prevented it yourself from happening. You stopped the flow. You did. Nobody else did. You stopped the flow from happening because you were scared and you ain't know that at the end of the day, that person was your peace. That person was your peace of mind. That person was the reason why you ain't go off the deep end. You ever think about that? That person was the reason why you ain't go off the deep end. That you kept your insanity. That you maintain your confidence. That you maintain yourself. That your self awareness. I think with everything that's mixed up, that's mixed up in this big old mix of what we call life. You have devastation. You have consequences. You have love, dedication, realism, nothing faulty. You have everything that has been pointed out to you, but somehow, some way, we still divided. At the same time, we realize that what is our other half? Do our other half complete us? Do our other half discourage us? Some of us just gotta learn how to accept that when God give you somebody in your life, stop trying to disown it, but you gotta accept it. You have to accept so much to your capabilities. You gotta have to accept it. Don't push it away. Don't make it run away. Don't. See, a lot of people don't understand. When you push somebody away in your relationship, and the only thing they want to do is be with you and only you. Sorry, I love eating ice. You have to lead from example. Remember, we are raising little girls out here. We're raising boys out here to become men and women. Give them the correct tools to do what they need to do out here in life. Learn how to be a leader, not a follower. Don't let them um, adopt somebody else's behavior because you're so eager to get befriended by a lot of people. That's why I cut a lot of people off because I don't have time for them. My family comes first and foremost. My best friends is my little girl and the woman that I love, my queen, my beautiful lady. She's both of them are my best friends. Besides my brothers and my sisters, and my mom, my dad, et cetera, et cetera. My true best friend is God first and foremost. But we should teach them not to follow after everybody. We should teach them to be a leader, not a follower. When they follow suit after everybody, you're gonna wonder why your son is getting people pregnant, or your son out here selling drugs, or you're gonna wonder why your daughter out here spreading her legs and getting pregnant, or she got a boyfriend already, whereas those schools supposed to be first. Think about it. Always appreciate, always appreciate the time and dedication your parents put into you, because we don't want you to. The hell is that? Oh, we don't want you to end up being pregnant. We don't want you in prison for following the wrong person. No, 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 no. See, we raising y'all to be leaders, not followers. We raising y'all to be positive people, not negative people. We also raising y'all to not be befriended by everybody. Because when you befriend everybody and you want everybody to become your friend, they'll stab you in your back and laugh in your face. They'll talk more trash about you behind your back. And then when they get up in your face, they'll laugh, laugh, laugh. And for the females out here, for the little girls out here, for the women that's raising the little girls, always remember your child knows. They look, they idolize. No matter what you're doing, if you end up smoking weed, if you end up drinking, smoking cigarettes, if you end up being around a lot of guys, talking to a lot of guys, or texting a lot of guys, or hitting people, they think that's cute. They think that's something that they want to do. We supposed to teach them what not to do. They have their own mind, but their mind is like a sponge. We supposed to be filling it with critical knowledge and critical things on what not to do and what to do. But when they grow up, they're going to develop their own standpoint. Just remember, our kids' brains are like sponges. They soak up everything from when they babies on up. So if it comes a time in their life, they be like, Mom, Dad, or they come to Mom, they be like, Mom, listen, um, you probably be a little disappointed in me, but I'm no longer a virgin and I'm pregnant. But the guy I'm with, or the guy that I lost my virginity to, he sell drugs, but he want nothing to do with the baby. There be a time in your mind when you have to think, where did you go wrong at? You were selling her these things, but you was telling him these things, but you was doing it your damn self. You know, we all have that time in our life where we say, fuck it, we're gonna go out here and test the water. But after we test the water, we don't like the temperature of the water. But besides all that, we raising kings and queens for the next generation, our next generation. We don't want our generation to get everything that the old generation left behind. No, we're supposed to secure their future, not destroy it. But to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, this is David saying this. This is David the Night Wolf Jr. saying this. Y'all need to sign into y'all need to sign into Congress about something for people for affordable living conditions for Social Security beneficiaries, people that receive benefits, recipients, affordable. Don't make it hard for the people that's on Social Security. Do a major increase in Social Security, a major increase. You know, there's a lot of people out here making this much, that much, that much money. Whereas though each month we only get this percentage of money. Listen, won't you literally do it like we're actually working? Cut us a check for 780 every 2 weeks. That'll solve problems across the board. And maybe we can afford a place to stay. That's what y'all should do. Like, you ever think about that? Think about it. Instead of getting 780 or 730 every month, how about every 2 weeks? Think about it. Us getting 7 something a month, right? Do some calculations here. Oh, I don't know why you couldn't hear me. My stuff is buffering right now. Hold on, I gotta get my calculator out. Okay, $730 a month. No, that's something. You get 783. 783. That's it. Plus times 2. Look at that. Times. Okay, times so. This is how much this is. Every 2 weeks. That'd be $1,567.03. Every 2 weeks. Treat that like it's a job. We're not asking for much. We're not asking for much. We're not. Like, think about it. Why people Social Security are we asking for much? Maybe better health insurance? Yes. That's accepted around the world? Yes. Better living conditions? Yes. Better things in Social Security, period? Yes. Better programs? Not just a damn ticket to work. This is what the government needs to be focusing on. Besides our economy, besides global warming. You know, we have to balance everything out. If we don't balance everything out, then what? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when the people on Social Security dies off? Even though y'all had the power to help us out. Thought so. But listen, I got to go. I got a phone that is tripping. And when I mean tripping, I mean it's only on 23%. And I'm trying to figure out why my phone being extra, flimsy. So this is David the Night Wolf Jr. saying, stay safe, always show love, but be careful. And oh,